5 reasons why you got low self-esteem. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about 5 reasons why you got low self-esteem. So let's jump right into it. So the first reason why you might have low self-esteem is because you're hanging around people who never appreciated you. You know what I'm saying? That could mess up your self-esteem if you allow it. You know what I'm saying? When you're hanging around people who don't appreciate you, people who overlook you, you know what I'm saying? People who overlook your value and stuff like that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? If you allow it, it could mess up your self-esteem. But if you allow it. And on top of that, why are you hanging around people who don't even appreciate you? You know what I'm saying? When you're hanging around people who don't appreciate you, that could mess up your self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? And that could lower your self-esteem to whereas now you're going to be having like low self-esteem and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the first reason why you have low self-esteem is because you're hanging around a bunch of people who don't appreciate you. They don't see your value. You know what I'm saying? And I got a quick story time for y'all. You know what I'm saying? One time I was talking to this person. You know, this kind of was like a year ago or something. And in a way, I was trying to explain to them why I'm valuable. And I was trying to explain to them my value. Um, and a part of maturing is realizing that value is something that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is just my personal opinion. If you gotta explain to somebody that you have value, then maybe they are able to see the value in something else. Uh you get what I'm saying? Maybe they are able to see the value in someone else simultaneously. How you say that? Spontaneously. They able to see it better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe their eyes is more open to somebody else's value immediately without no repercussions. You know what I'm saying? But if you gotta sit there and give people a tutorial of how to see your value, you gotta give these people a tutorial like it's card maps or something, like a new DLC just dropped. So you gotta sit these people down, give them a math tutorial on how to see your value. Hey, so in order to see my value, you gotta go right and then go left and then go right and then turn right at the red light, and then at the red light you do a U-turn, and then the U-turn, and you're giving these people a tutorial on how to see your value. And then after you give them the tutorial on how to see your value, they uninstall the game. They still don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like value is something that can value be taught? Can you be taught to see value in somebody? Or is value something that you innately just see automatically? You know what I'm saying? Is value something you just see in someone automatically? Or do you sometimes need an assist to see somebody's value? Hey man, that's just a question that I'm just putting out there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find out the answer on the next episode. But you know what I'm saying? Is value something you're gonna sit there and teach somebody, a grown adult? How you gonna sit there and teach a grown adult how to see value in you when they don't want to see value in you? You know what I'm saying? They don't find you valuable. So you're not teaching like a 2-year-old about value. You're teaching a grown up. Sometimes we forget, bro. You teaching a grown adult how to see value in you. Maybe it just wasn't even supposed to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, hanging around people who don't appreciate you, it could mess up your self-esteem. And a part of maturing is realizing that those who gonna see value in you, they gonna see the value. And those who don't see the value in you, they not gonna see the value. Because you gotta understand, um, this kind of like goes back into like the whole thing about being spiritual versus being worldly. You know what I'm saying? A worldly man and a worldly woman, they will look at the stuff that, for example, the stuff that I talk about, all these topics about God, how to get a closer relationship with God, you know what I'm saying? How to prepare for Judgment Day, how to build a stronger relationship with God. You know, all these topics about, I'm speaking the truth about hell and angels, demons, and all these different topics that's spiritual. A worldly person will look at all this stuff that I'm saying, they're gonna find zero value in it. You know what I'm saying? But when they go in the world and they clubbing and they drinking and they doing all this stuff, that's where they find their value. So wherever a person places their value, it's going to require them to renew their mind for them to even find value somewhere else. If their mindset is not renewed, bro, they not going to find value anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, then you got a person who is spiritual, a person like me and other people who are spiritual out there. When we look at a lot of like these worldly things, we don't find no value in them. For example, I don't find no value in like hanging around the wrong crowd and clubbing and drinking and smoking. I find zero value in that. But the worldly person gonna be like, man, that's where all my value is at. That's where I find. Do you see what I'm saying? One person could look at something, oh yeah, that's a diamond. Another person could look at that, oh man, that's trash, bro. So it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's interchanging, bro. Like depending on your mindset. That's why the Bible tells us to renew our mind, bro, because you might think you got a diamond over here. All these people look at it, they gonna be like, man, that's not even valuable. But the stuff they consider valuable, you think is trash. You know what I'm saying? And who's right? Well, the person who's following God's plan and the person who's following God's truth is definitely and they really truly following God for real and they following God's truth. That's the right path. That's the right path. All the other value that people find in all these different places, hey, it is what it is. But let's move on to the second reason why you got low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this message to help people out, people who may have low self-esteem and this and that. So the second reason why you may have low self-esteem is because of how you speak about yourself. If you constantly speaking down on yourself and you're constantly down talking yourself, you're talking about, oh, I'm not valuable, I'm not this and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you doubt yourself, you don't believe anything good about yourself, you don't believe anything positive about yourself. That right there could also lower your self-esteem. So that's the second reason why you got low self-esteem. Just listen to how you talk about yourself. If you want to know if somebody got low self-esteem, just listen to how they talk to themselves, bruh. Words is powerful. So how you talk to yourself, it shows if you have low self-esteem or not, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It shows if you have low self-esteem or not. How you talk to yourself, bruh. You gotta, bro, you can't, if you really had like high self-esteem, you would not be talking to yourself in a low self-esteem way. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the third reason why you got low self-esteem. So the third reason is not knowing who you are in God's eyes can destroy your self-esteem. If you don't know who you are in God and you don't know who you are, if you don't know who you are in God, bro, automatically, bro, if you don't know who you are, especially if you don't know who you are in God, that can destroy your self-esteem. And one of the ways to increase your self-esteem is that you got to find out who you are. And how you going to find out who you are? Except by going to the very person who created you. Except by seeking God and finding out who you are in God. You know what I'm saying? When you find out who you are in God, then that's going to increase your self-esteem, because you got to know who you are in order to increase your self-esteem. You get what I'm saying? So that is the third reason why you got low self-esteem, is because you don't even know who you are in God's eyes. Imagine you know who you are in God's eyes, bro. That will boost your self-esteem. When the devil comes to you telling you, hey, you ain't good, you can't amount to nothing, all you gotta do is just be reminded of who you are in God, and your self-esteem is just gonna go all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So the fourth reason why you got low self-esteem is because you could come from an abusive home, abusive relationship. You could come from a toxic, gaslighting, narcissistic. Should I go on? You either coming from an abusive home, abusive relationship, narcissistic relationship, toxic family, gaslighting, abuse, all that stuff, man, can mess up your self-esteem because it is attacking your mind, bro. It is attacking you emotionally. It is attacking you in your spirit, bro. All that narcissistic abuse, gaslighting, all type of stuff. All that stuff is attacking your self-esteem, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ever like be in a narcissistic family or in a narcissistic abusive relationship? The person is constantly gaslighting you. When they gaslighting you, bro, that can mess up your self-esteem bad, bro. When you in an abusive family or relationship, that could literally mess up your self-esteem. I'm gonna just add this example in there. When you in slavery, bro, when you in bondage, captivity, man, that could also mess up your self-esteem, bro. Because you're dealing with psychological, mental warfare and all type of emotional attacks, mental attacks, all type of self-worth attacks. You know, when you're going through all this suffering, you're like, man, like, what is my worth for real? You ever suffer so much, you start to be like, man, am I even valuable for real, man? You ever be abused so much, you start to forget your worth? Real talk, man. That's some real stuff. But let's move on to the fifth reason why you got low self-esteem. The fifth reason why you got low self-esteem is listening to the lies of people in the media, in society, in the government. When you're listening to the lies of people, social media, society, the government, you're listening to all these different lies, bro, that could mess up your self-esteem. The media is promoting to women to put on all these pounds of makeup. They got all this makeup caked up. You got women in church with all these pounds of makeup on their face, talking about they preaching the gospel of God, bro. Caked up, 100% makeup, insecurities. Now I know, you know what I'm saying, insecurity is something that you gotta allow God to work with you on over time. Sometimes you may not even be set free overnight. But when you got every single women in the church with all these pounds of makeup trying to tell you some type of words, it's like, where's the separation between the world and God? And then you got all these pagan churches, all these lies. It's like every woman is hiding their face behind cakes of makeup. And then like on top of that, God is against women wearing makeup. You know what I'm saying? God is against women wearing makeup. But women be like so insecure about how they look, to whereas they just gotta hide behind like 1,000,000 pounds of makeup. You know what I'm saying? And the devil be promoting this makeup through all these commercials, all these models, standards of beauty. Oh, you gotta look like this. Your skin gotta be lighter, or you gotta have makeup on, and you don't need no makeup. Like, who told you? Like, the devil told these people that through these commercials, through media, manipulating what beauty is. How you gonna let the devil tell you what beauty is? How you gonna let the devil tell you that makeup is beauty? How you gonna let the devil tell you that just really like idolizing like a certain type of beauty, you know what I'm saying? Just idolizing a certain type of European beauty type standards, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to do stuff that ain't even natural, trying to look white, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, just doing so much, bruh. Putting all your eggs in the white man's basket, bruh. At least take one egg out of the white man's basket. Like, you putting all your eggs in there. You ain't even leave no eggs for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You put 10 eggs in a white man basket. Your hair, you trying to straighten it. You trying to look white. You trying to put on pounds of makeup. You trying to do this. Bro, like, I'm telling you, bro, I'm going to keep it real with you. We're living in a times to whereas, bruh, we're living in a time, especially like in America, to find a woman that's not putting on makeup, bro. is a glitch in the matrix. Matter of fact, it's a glitch both in the matrix and in the phantom zone, bro. How you glitch in the matrix and the phantom zone at the same time? If you find a woman not wearing makeup, Christian women, or you got all these Christian women wearing makeup, God did not tell them to wear makeup. So who told them to wear makeup? All these religious people, man. Religion, stuck in religion, bro. Who told them to do all that? To find a woman who's not even wearing makeup is rare now, bro. It's a glitch in the matrix. It's a glitch in the phantom zone, bro. I'm telling you, if you find a woman who's not wearing makeup, bro, you even General Zod is gonna applaud you, bro. He's gonna be like, hey, how you even do that? You know what I'm saying? How you find a woman not wearing makeup? Now, just because a woman is not wearing makeup does not mean she's not evil. You could have a woman who's natural and she's still evil. So now we gotta also look at the heart. We also gotta look at the character. And then to find a woman who's not wearing makeup and she has a good heart and she has a relationship with God, finding a woman who's not wearing makeup, that's already like you chopping the numbers down to like a 20%. With a good heart, man, you chopping the numbers down to like a 3%. With a relationship with God on top of that, you talking about 2%. With a good mindset, not religious, that's a glitch in the matrix, bro. To find that, you have glitched the matrix. I'm trying to tell you. But that's the fifth reason why you got low self-esteem, is because you're listening to the lies of the media. Media selling you all this toxic makeup. Media selling you all this toxic lip gloss and all these stuff that's gonna destroy your natural beauty. All these hair products, thousands of hair products and all this stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of hair products, man. Like, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Me personally, I like keeping it simple, minimalist, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like keeping it simple, bro. Bro, I don't like to be in the bathroom with like 1,000 bottles. Man, you got women like got 1,000 bottles, all type of stuff, man. Like, dang. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep it simple. Like, something that works, I keep like simple. You know what I'm saying? Shampoo, conditioner, and sometimes should I even give out the brand? They gonna have to sponsor me to even give out the brands, bro. But I just keep it simple, like 2 products, bro. One for, like, I keep it very simple. And when you really understand how a lot of this stuff is deceptive marketing, all this stuff be the same, or all this stuff, a lot of this stuff be having all these weird chemicals in it. And then, like, let's say you got 2 products. Let's say you got 3 products and they all got weird chemicals in it, and you mix them together. That's 3 poisons in one. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you got all these different makeup brands that you're trying. Each makeup brand got all these weird chemicals and all these poisons, right? Now you're mixing 5 different poisons into one. Remember in chemistry class, when you get like that glass, what you call it, a beaker container? You get the beak. You get the beak and you put the chemicals and you stir, bro, in the glass jar. You put one chemical from one brand, another chemical from a second brand, and a third chemical from another brand. You mix that junk together. You put it on your face. You put it on your hair. You're cooking yourself, bro. Chemistry class taught us this. All type of fumes start flowing out. You mixing too many brands of poison together. Low self-esteem, bro. If you really had real self-esteem for real, man, you need 2 products for real. One for each, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what it is, like, one for each, you know what I'm saying? Like, one for each. One for right here, one for right there, one for right here, and one for right there, you know what I'm saying? I was using body wash, switched it over to like, bar soap, you know what I'm saying? Dove bar soap. That's what I be using. It just works for me. I don't know. The Dove bar soap, bruh. And then like the shampoo conditioner, bro. I just do like 2-in-1, bro, because I don't like to do all this extra work. So I just do 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, bro. And Dove shampoo and conditioner, just 2-in-1, bro. Of the Dove shampoo and conditioner, the 2-in-1, and then the bar soap. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to use shampoo as a body scrub, as a body wash. You get what I'm saying? So I just have the bar soap for the body wash, and then the shampoo and conditioner, the 2-in-1 Dove or whatever. I'm running out of oxygen. I might giving out too much information. I'm giving out too much information. I might oversharing information. I'm giving out too much information because I like to share and keep it simple. I done gave out too much information. I ran out of oxygen, bro. Let me recalculate, bro. Let me recoup, bro. Let me regroup, bro. Sometimes you gotta regroup, bro. But I'm just keeping it real. You just gotta keep it simple, bro. When you do all this extra stuff, you're mixing all this poison, bro. Man, I just keep it simple, bro. Find what works for you and just stick to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Find what works for you and just stick to it. I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm just saying, bro. Find what works for you, bro. Just stick to that, bro. And then for the hair product, man, I just get one, like, I get like a, I put like, I have this hairspray for olive oil, hairspray with vitamin E, bro. And then I just have like this, I just spray water, you know what I'm saying? And then I lock in with the, with an olive oil hairspray, bro, with vitamin E. Bro, I just be keeping the stuff real simple. I don't do all this extra stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just spray my hair with water. Then I lock in with like the olive oil hairspray. But I just wanted to just kind of like encourage y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because since we talking about like self-image and low self-esteem and insecurities and stuff, I'm gonna keep it real. I used to deal with a lot of insecurities, bro. But over time, God been working on me or something, bro. Man, I couldn't even get on camera to tell nothing. I was so shy, bro, so scared, bro. I used to deal with all types of social anxiety, all types of like different things, bro, that cause all types of self-esteem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing, bro, that sometimes when you keep it simple, that really was gonna work for real, bro. You ain't doing too much. Cause at the end of the day, bro, you don't want to mix too much stuff that you don't even know about. You just adding a bunch of chemicals, mixing it together from 5 different brands. For what? Not only is it a waste of money, it's a waste of like, it's just deceptive marketing. And that's what I'm gonna call it. But yeah, man, I just wanted to really just tell y'all like 5 reasons why you got low self-esteem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep working on yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep taking care of yourself. And the same rug, bro, that you use to wash your face, do not use it to wash. Do not use it to wash. You know what, bro? I ain't even gonna. Do not glitch the matrix with the same towel, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Take care of yourself, bro. You feel what I mean, bro? But you might get low self-esteem from using the same towel. You use it to wash your butt. You used to wash the same towel with the face, the same towel you used to wash your butt, bro. That might give you low self-esteem. You might give yourself low self-esteem just like that. But hey, everybody's different. Maybe some people's face is made of like kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? Some people's faces have seen things that we don't need to know about. So who am I to calculate their judgment? We're going to have to leave that up to God, bro, on Judgment Day, bro. But that's a joke, bro. I don't know if that joke hit or not, bro. You know, I'm going to have to call in the humor calculation department to figure out more details. But that's basically everything I wanted to say, bro. 5 reasons why you got low self-esteem, bro. Peace.